Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It was a rainy and stormy weekend across the Badger State, and some areas picked up a lot of rain in a short amount of time, especially in the southern and southwestern parts of the state. What you're seeing here is the radar estimated rainfall totals over the last 60 hours from about 7 p.m. Friday evening to 7 a.m. Monday. And you can see most of the state did see a decent amount of rain, but there were a couple of hot spots, as you can see, south of Eau Claire, southwestern Wisconsin around Prairie du Chien, Boscobel towards Dubuque, Iowa, and then, of course, in and around the Milwaukee area, where some spots there saw over 10 inches of rain, and some of the radar estimates had totals upwards of 12 to 14 inches of rain. Some parts of southwest Wisconsin saw as much as 5 to 7 inches of rain. And here in western Wisconsin, most of the radar estimates have been in that half-inch to 2-inch range, but this area in parts of Buffalo, Trempealeau, southern Eau Claire, and northwestern Jackson counties, radar estimates as high as about 3 to 5 inches of rain. We've had some totals up to that in parts of Buffalo and Trempealeau counties. These are the rainfall totals at the different recording sites around the area. So again, your number is going to vary, but most spots saw anywhere from a half-inch to 1.5 inches of rain. We had 2.25 inches at the airport in Eau Claire. We had 1.8 inches here at the TV station, and Cumberland ended up with only 23/100ths of an inch. So again, the farther northwest you went, the rain totals were a little bit less, and that was because of all of the moisture we had from those high dew points and this cold front that actually stalled out, which is what led to multiple waves of showers and storms tracking over the same area. And when they're slow moving and they train is what it's called, that's where you can get the heavy amount of rain in a short amount of time, and that's where you can lead to those issues with the flooding. And that is certainly what happened in southern Wisconsin and in Milwaukee over the weekend. Now, another area of low pressure is going to pass to our south tonight into tomorrow, but a cold front to the northwest could bring a few showers to the area for tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. We're also tracking a couple of things. Seasonable temperatures, not as humid of weather the next few days, and along with that, just a couple of rain chances mixed in as well. And it's also, again, we'll start with the not as humid part of that. Now, tomorrow it will come up a little bit after being mostly in the lower part of the 60s today and into tonight. This will be just out ahead of a cold front. As I mentioned, that could bring a few showers. It'll then drop back into the 50s as we get into Wednesday. So Wednesday is actually looking to be a pretty comfortable day. Unfortunately, though, it is going to be hazy once again. And we could see, again, some of that wildfire pollution make it to the surface. Now, looking at the atmospheric smoke future track, you can see we do get back into that moderate category, maybe borderline high up to our north and west later this afternoon. So it'll certainly be hazy again today. And then it should actually improve a little bit as we get into tomorrow as the cold front comes through. But then by tomorrow night, we could see another push of some thicker wildfire smoke aloft return to the area late Tuesday night into at least the start of our Wednesday. But at the surface, though, some of it might make it to the ground, but a lot of it is actually going to stay aloft this time. So that shouldn't impact air quality too much, but certainly could at least see it degrade at least for a time. There's no air quality alerts right now in western Wisconsin. There is, though, in Minnesota until Tuesday morning at about 9 a.m. Once that goes away, we will again see another push of that wildfire smoke at the surface potentially moving in. This is keeping it up to the north, but we'll have to see just how thick it is and where it tracks and how long it'll last beyond what the time frame goes here, which is about 1 a.m. on Wednesday. So something to keep in mind. Now going to future track, a lot of sunshine and some clouds around for today. Tonight's looking pretty quiet. Again, a couple of isolated showers can't be ruled out late tonight and then into tomorrow morning as that cold front comes through. Again, not expecting a lot of rain out of this, up to a couple hundredths, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch at the very most. Some spots, though, may see this front come through and you don't see anything at all. There's certainly a possibility because those will be isolated in nature. But you see by the early afternoon, we are cleared out. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday is looking to be pretty quiet with a good amount of sunshine in the forecast. And rain chances the next 7 days and nights, again, not expecting much really until we get into the end of the week. Now, Thursday, more of the pop-up variety, but we may see a more organized system try to move in here towards the end of the week into the weekend to bring an increasing chance in the coverage of showers and storms. And along with that, it's going to be turning a little bit warmer and more humid once again. But we'll iron out those details once we get later into the week. But certainly check back with us throughout the week if you have any upcoming events or any outdoor plans as we get towards the end of the summer time frame. High temperatures today, though, not too bad. Low to mid 80s across the area, upper 70s in Medford. This is about average for this time of the year. Tonight, we're back into the low to mid 60s, and then we are going to rise back very similarly for high temperatures tomorrow into the lower to middle 80s, a few upper 70s north and east. And then Wednesday will be a little bit cooler overall with mid to upper 70s north to lower 80s for the rest of western Wisconsin. We're back up to about 83 degrees, 84 degrees on Thursday, 88 on Friday, and then we'll have those storm chances over the weekend with temperatures still sitting in the mid 80s.